This video is about containing floats and it does two things. First, it helps you understand the phenomenon of containing floats and its solution thereof. Second, it helps you prevent hair loss that may result when you don't understand the phenomenon of containing floats. So please pay close attention to this two-in-one package. Otherwise, well, you can see what's going to happen to you. Ha 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 ha. Alright, let's begin our understanding of containing floats by creating a div element. Let's create the opening div tag first, then the closing div tag. Let's define a class of container, give it a width of say 700 pixels, give it a light background color, okay, some light pink. Now let's give it border top and border bottom, and let's give border top and border bottom different colors. Alright, let's assign the class of container to our container div element, and now inside this div element let's create 3 div elements. All these div elements will have different background colors, same width and height, and they will sit inside this div element. Our first div is going to have a color of orange, second will have a color of green, third div will have a color of blue. And for the sake of convenience, we have given them the same name as their background color. Our definition of first div, background color orange. Now let's define the second class with the name of green and third class with the name of blue. A quick copy and paste does it for us. Let's change the name from orange to blue, and let's also change the background color to blue. Do the same for second ID. Alright, let's also define a class of block, width of 200 and height of 200. This class will be assigned to all the div elements so that they have the same width and height. Alright, let's now assign the class to all these 3 div elements. Class equals block, class equals block as well. Okay, there's one mistake that we just made. Now let's correct that and change the color of our ID from blue to green. Okay, now if we save and load into the browser, this is the initial shape of our divs. All of them are sitting on top of each other. Now let's float all these 3 boxes so that they sit side by side. Simple enough. Let's first define the class of float. Inside it, define float left. Now just assign this class to all these 3 div elements. And here we are. We see that these elements are now sitting side by side, but what the hell? Where's our container? If looked closely, we see that the border top and border bottom are hugging each other. And actually what's happening to the container div is that it has become the victim of something known as containing floats. As we know that the elements that are floated are first in the normal document flow, and then later they are removed from that normal document flow and floated next to each other. But when they are floated, their container thinks that since they have been removed from the normal document flow, therefore they are not there. This is the little flaw in the thinking of container that results in its collapsing, because it thinks it is empty, therefore it attains a height of 0. So we have just one job to do: remove the confusion. This line does it for us. Overflow hidden. This will remove our container's confusion. Now if we reload into the browser, we see that our container is back and the floated elements are setting inside the container gracefully. And that's it. This concludes the gigantic chapter regarding the CSS positioning. And now we are left with a couple more things to do before we are going to implement those sites that we have been waiting for. So let's finish the rest quickly and get going. Thanks for watching.